Hello, everyone, my esteemed listeners. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are joining me from. It's a pleasure to be with you once again on the Good Life podcast with Princess Joy. And I am your host, Princess Joy. My podcast, as you all know, is about bringing you information, ideas, and useful life saving skills to help you live a good life. And today, I continue on this train of thoughts and ideas by bringing you somebody who I know you're going to have a fascinating time with today. I have a guest with me, a high profile guest at that, and you're going to learn things from her that you wish you had known years back. But I'm here to just make you live that good life starting now. And she is none other than Kate Onakomaiya. Kate Onakomaiya, who is she? Kate is a dynamic, people centered leader with over 24 years of combined experience in corporate leadership, project management, and entrepreneurship. And she's a certified bilingual coach, a training consultant, and a speaker. Wow, bilingual. We'll hear more of that during this session. She excels at unlocking the potential of individuals and teams to meet personal and organizational goals. There's so much about her and her expertise. She's a certified Maxwell leadership coach. That's one thing we have in common. She's a speaker and a trainer and a certified strength coach and people acuity guide from People Acuity, a certified DISC human behavioral consultant, and a Goldman Sachs 10,000 women fellows. Wow. Her profile is intimidating, which is not here to intimidate us. She's just here to make us be better. You're welcome, Coach Kate. It's a pleasure to have you here with us.
Thank you, Princess Joy. It's an honor
Thank
to
you.
be here.
Yes. So this your intimidating profile. I'm sure there must be something fun about you. So just tell us something fun about you.
Okay, like something that is not on my profile is that I'm a beginner gardener. So I've just developed love for gardening,
Wow.
and it's been so much fun watching my plants grow and thrive and just nurturing them to where they are. So like yesterday, I was counting the number of tomatoes that I'm going to harvest in a few weeks' time. Yeah. Yeah.
I
So,
love that.
yeah.
And gardening is such a calming, experience because when you
Mhm.
see yourself nurturing a plant, wondering when will it grow, when will it bear fruit, and then it finally bears the fruit.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
such a joy.
Yeah, it is. And I'm
It
so
has to be
happy
somebody
because
who is patient anyway. So I will
yeah.
say maybe, yeah. So when it comes to patience and gardening, do they go together for you?
Oh, absolutely. They do go together. Okay, so this I started growing this my tomatoes. I started growing them from seed. So the first thing was waiting for these seeds to even germinate and sprout. And what I did, I put them on my windowsill and I traveled and I said, okay, if I by the time I come back, if these seeds, these new tomatoes, if they're not dead, then I'm going to replant them and start nurturing them. And so that's where the patients came in. So I traveled, came back after 2 weeks, And these tomatoes, these tiny tomato plants were still thriving. And, the interesting part is those seeds, because I did, when you cook, you have tomatoes, pepper, and all that. So I just took these seeds and I put them in water. I said, let me see what will happen. I didn't know whether these were tomatoes or pepper seeds. And they started growing until I moved them to the soil and replanted them and started nurturing them. And it turned out that they were tomatoes. Yeah, so watching them grow from seed, now they are so big and already producing tomatoes. It's so rewarding.
Such a joy,
Yeah,
rewarding.
yeah.
Exactly. Another quick question. Just give me one word. Your favorite book.
The Bible,
Wow. Your daily mantra.
my daily mantra. Oh, I don't, which one? I have a lot, but it's
Oh, just one
the one
that resonates with
that
you.
resonates with me. I love myself.
I love myself. And one biggest leadership lesson you have learned, and that stays with you even till today.
Put people first.
Put people first. Connection. Your network is your network. Thank you very much, Kate.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
learned that
So
from
now,
Papa John. Put people first.
put
It's
people
yeah.
first.
People above profits. People always.
People always. Very good. So now there's this quote: leaders are born or made. What's your take on that as a leader?
Oh, this is the $1 million question that keeps coming up over and over. Are leaders born or are leaders made? I think all leaders are born. Well, they have to be born, right, for them to even be alive today. So all leaders are born. And I believe that leadership ability is something that we're all born with to a certain degree. Now, you may have a leadership ability of 2, 5, or 10, but developing that ability and really ensuring that you influence people and make impact is not something that comes automatically. We all have to develop ourselves as leaders, even if you have natural leadership ability. You have to grow as a leader for you to make impact and for you to make a difference in the world.
Thank you very much. So, in summary, leaders are born. Every leader should be born. But for you to make an impact, you have to learn to be a leader.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for that wonderful nuggets you just shared with us. So, my listeners, just know that you are a leader, you are born, but how are you growing? You have to make that effort and be intentional in your growth for you
Mhm.
to really learn to be a true leader.
Yeah.
And then
That's
for
true.
you, since
And
we're talking about,
let me add something to that, Joy, because,
okay,
you know, a lot of times people think that they need to have a position before they can be a leader, or they need to be called, to take on certain tasks, responsibilities before they can be leaders. But that's not always the case. So you hear a lot, I hear a lot of people say, especially young people, they say, I'm not a leader. I'm not a leader. And just helping them understand that, look, you don't need a position to be a leader. You don't need to be given responsibility to be a leader. You already have leadership ability because you are influencing somebody. You're influencing one person, you're influencing two people. Even by walking on the road every day, you're influencing someone. Someone is watching you and someone is, you know, doing certain things because of what they see in you and how you go about your life.
yeah.
So we are all influencing somebody. You may be influencing one person, two people, three-person, and as long as you're influencing somebody, you are leading.
Very good. So we should always bear that in mind. And at any point we have the opportunity, show that's your leadership quality. Yeah, I agree with that totally. So now we are talking about self leadership, leading yourself first. How do you personally discover the importance of self leadership? Okay, so first of all, what does self leadership mean to you? And how do you discover the importance of self leadership?
But self leadership for me, it's primarily influencing myself
Hmm,
because, like I said before, leadership is influence,
leadership is influence.
and I have to influence myself first before I can influence others. Give myself commands and be able to do it. Make the right decisions, the decisions that will improve my life, that will make me a better person, make me a better mother, a better sister, a better spouse, a better um, leader in the community. So when I'm able to influence myself, discipline myself, live intentionally, that is self leadership. And leadership begins with me. I must learn to lead myself first before I can lead others. Do I trust myself? Do I value myself? Am I adding value to myself? And how do I develop myself? So that's what self leadership is about,
Yeah.
leading yourself and making sure that you are influencing yourself the right way and moving towards the best version of yourself every single day. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Kate, I know that as a leader, it's easy for you to want to role model, you want to influence people, but at times you may lack that motivation to actually lead yourself. So, how do you overcome that inertia when it comes to making yourself be a better person, which actually is self leadership?
Mm-hmm. That's a great question, Joy. Self motivation is really key. And what motivates me to be a better leader? I have values and I hold on to my values because I believe that that is my core, that's my center, is who I am. And when I'm living those values, my life is better. I make better decisions when my decisions are aligned with my values. And I want to be happy. So leading myself and making sure that I'm making the right decisions. I'm really aligning my thoughts, my decisions, my actions with my values makes me fulfilled and it makes me happy. So
Yeah.
that motivates me to just continue to be intentional about leading myself, about influencing myself, right? Because it makes my life better, it makes me happy. And when I'm happy, when my life is better, I'm able to influence other people
Yes. Yeah.
and I'm able to inspire and motivate other people to be better and to live better. So people
Better.
ask me, how come you are so calm? How come you don't get flustered? How come you are disciplined? And it's not automatic. How come you stay connected and you're growing? You know, you don't get discouraged. You keep growing. I do get discouraged sometimes, but I pick up myself because I know why I want to be a better person. I know why I'm living. I know my purpose, and as long as I am aligning with that,
Yes.
it inspires me and motivates me to continue to lead myself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much, Kate, for this wonderful information. Your values, I think what you have said is that your values should motivate you. How do you come about having values that you can say you live by? And what are some values that you would encourage my listeners to actually develop for themselves so that they can lead themselves better. Can you just share those?
Yeah, thank you, Joe. Absolutely. Values is a personal thing, and then it's a collective thing. Just as leadership begins with me, my values must begin with me. What matters most to me? Some, as John puts it, what makes me happy? What makes me sing? What makes me cry? What's most important to me? And being able to define it in my own way is very important. Now, it's not just enough to say one of my core values is integrity, which it is. That's one of my core values. But how what does that mean to me? Integrity means doing the right thing, whether someone is watching or
Or
not,
not? Yeah,
speaking the truth and staying grounded in the truth no matter what happens. That's what it means to me. And then I don't like it when people don't stick with the truth. When people
yeah,
lie, when people falsify things, when I can clearly see that you are a different person at home and a different person at work or in school. Those are things that really gets me flustered, gets me irritated sometimes. So
yeah,
that's how I define integrity. How people define their values will determine their actions, how they live their lives, and how they really relate with other people. Because at the end of the day, you need to know what matters most to you. What is your core? What are you? What won't you compromise? What are you not willing? You can't compromise it. You cannot not live without it. So that's it. And when people step on on those values, it gets you really maybe angry or irritated. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's it.
Thank you. Thank you. So, my listeners, I think you must have gotten something from what she has shared. What is your core? What do you live by? Those are questions you should ask yourself so that you can really define what your values are. For me, I share that same value with you, integrity. And then another value that I hold so dear is family. So for me,
Yeah.
family first as well. Those are some of the two values I can share readily with you right now.
How do they show up in your life, Joe?
Yeah, in my life, I would say, okay, I studied microbiology in school, but after some time, I couldn't get a job that I wanted. I had to now go to study accounting, you know. While doing that, I got a job in an accounting firm. I passed my exams, however, and then I got married in between. But then the hours were excruciating. The hours, wow. Even though it was a multinational firm, the training good, but when I found out that I had to give up my family, I had to travel, you know, I then had to have a sit down with my husband, and we then looked at it and said, I think I'll rather have a family that I can nurture and be with at every point in time than this job that maybe I'm exposed, maybe it pays me better, but my family is more important. So that was one of the reasons why I left that job. So I would say that's one of the ways it has showed up, my
Yeah,
ability to choose my family over the
yeah.
job, which was really good, but I had to, you know, take something lower so that I could relate and stay with my family more.
Awesome.
Yes. Oh, thank you so much. Yes, so the conversation still goes on. I'm here with Coach Kate. And one thing I want to ask, okay, now we're talking about stories. I've shared one story with you. So you share a story of where self leadership made a difference in you or someone you have coached, maybe not necessarily you or someone you have coached.
I mean, self leadership, it makes a difference in my life every single day. I mean, every day it makes a difference. And let me share one for my family. Sometimes I have teenagers, like I told you in the beginning, two
Yeah.
teenagers. And my first is 17, and we don't always agree.
That's the
Yeah,
age.
we don't always agree. So being able to, you know, keep calm and process the decisions that I make with him and ensure that he understands it and I'm influencing him the right way is something that happens almost every day in my home because I believe in harmony. And my primary style is S. I do not like confrontation. But as a leader, leading myself means that I need to embrace confrontation, especially at the stage where I am. So I've had to learn how to manage my emotions,
Hmm.
emotional intelligence.
Especially with
Ah,
teenagers, yes.
yeah, yeah, you get it. So to manage my emotions and to take him from where he is to where he desires to go, and so that he can clearly understand that this is where sometimes he doesn't even know that that is where he's supposed to be, that that's where he wants to go. So being able to move him through that is a journey that happens almost every day. Taking responsibility, making the right decisions and the right choices. That's something that I manage almost every day, and
Hmm.
it's about really managing my emotions, keeping cool in the
Keeping
midst of the confrontation, which is not my natural being. So self leadership has helped me to learn how to manage confrontation, remain calm and positive in the midst of that, even though that is not my natural tendency.
cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, what are some common barriers that leaders can encounter when leading themselves or probably leading others? What are some barriers and how can they overcome them?
The first is it's easy to tell people what to do than to show them what to do. So it's very easy for a leader to, you know, give the instructions and expect the followers or your team to just carry those instructions and to just do them the way you want them to do. Now, as a leader, it's important to mentor your people and to show them leadership. Leadership is not something that you tell, it's something that you show. And being able to do that consistently, influencing them, adding value to them, is what makes great leaders stand out from good leaders. Like I said, one of my mantras is put people first.
Who put it first?
Put people first, knowing that people are people, and when you're working with them, you need to understand them and connect with them in the right way. Not just communicate, but communicate to connect with them. And when you communicate and connect with them, you break down that barrier and you can lead them, which is one of the common barriers I have seen, common challenges that I have seen when it comes to leading people. Connection, focusing on connection and not just communicating. When we focus on connection, when leaders focus on connection, then they can break every single barrier when it comes to leading people. And
Yeah.
that's one challenge that I have seen and that I have personally encountered. connecting with people.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Connecting with people. Yeah, connecting with people. I'll also call it maybe your social capital. You should always try to build it, because no matter how knowledgeable you are, if you cannot connect, it is very difficult to even collaborate and, to make people, to influence people, in summary. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's really important. Thank you. And then I would say, we have talked about staying motivated anyway, but are there any tools that you would suggest to somebody struggling with self leadership, especially after a setback? You have suffered a setback.
Hmm.
What are some tools that you can use to encourage yourself to really overcome the setback and step up to overcome it?
Oh, the first thing is you need to talk to yourself and tell yourself the truth that your setbacks do not define you. I can tell you that I can tell you that your setbacks do not define you, that your challenges do not make you who you are. Yes, you've made mistakes, you've had some setbacks. No matter what it is, it doesn't define you. You can move from where you are right now to where you desire to be. As long as you still have breath in you, as long as you're living, you can change your life. And I can tell you that, but you need to tell yourself these words and believe them.
Hmm.
So it's not just enough to hear the words being told to you, someone motivating you. Learn to speak to yourself and understand that where I am right now is not where I will stay. And moving from where I am to where I desire to be depends on the choices that I am going to make. I've made bad choices in the past, right? But it's about changing the choices that you make. When you change your choices and you change the way you see the situation, there's always a bright side to everything.
Exactly.
Find the bright side to it. And most often, the bright side will just be, what lesson did I learn from this experience? You fall, pick yourself up. Just take one tiny step at a time. Don't think you can move. Sometimes you can't move fast. You have to rise up. You have to crawl. You
Hmm.
first of all need to get on your knees and crawl on your knees. Then you can struggle to stand on one leg, and then you struggle to stand on both legs. Then you can take one step forward and another. It's just like learning how to walk after losing, probably losing the ability to walk. It's just like I've never been there, but I know people who have been there. You know, it's one step at a time. And sometimes that step could just be getting on your knees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I was just visualizing it, how you can overcome setback.
Mm.
Yes, you will fall. And I remember a quote by Winston Churchill, and I'm not sure of the exact words, where he said, "Success is not final, failure is not fatal. However, it's the ability to bounce back that
Mm.
counts." So,
Mm.
yes, failure will come. Even this lady that wrote this very popular movie that children liked. I've forgotten it. I wonder why. It was a very huge movie. Those back then. She said that challenges will come in life, and what is life after all? If you don't have challenges, then you
Mm.
have not actually lived. If J.K. Rollins, yes, that's her
Oh,
name.
okay.
Yeah. So she said life will always, there was always be challenges, but you shouldn't shrink back, because it means that if you don't have those failures, it means that you have truly not lived life. When you are so cautious, trying to avoid challenges. No, don't avoid those challenges.
Mhm.
Face them head on, because really that's where your success is after those challenges. Your ability to bounce back. Positive. I can hear you say positive self-talk.
Yeah.
Talk to yourself that yes, this is a challenge, this is a failure, but then I can overcome it. Thank you
Mhm.
so much for that wonderful information and strategy on how to overcome, of how to, you know, bounce back after a setback.
Yeah.
So we are gradually winding down on this session. It's been so interesting, and I've learned quite a number of things from you. Your values should define you, and I
Yeah.
think I will take that with me here. That your values, what is your core? Those are the things that will determine how you can lead yourself. So now, Coach Kate, I don't want to leave without letting my listeners know how they can find you, because you have such a bowl of knowledge that we need to, keep sharing, for a fountain of knowledge that we need to keep sharing from. So where can my listeners find you to connect with you after this session?
Well, they can find me on LinkedIn. My LinkedIn profile, Kate Onakomaiya. That's where I spend. That's the social media space that I spend most of my time on LinkedIn. So I see messages on LinkedIn more than on Facebook. I'm on Facebook too, Kate Onakomaiya. On Instagram, Kate Onakomaiya. Just my first name and my last name everywhere.
Okay.
Connect
Okay.
with me, and yeah, I'd love to connect with you. If you just tell me you're connecting from Princess Joy's podcast,
Yes.
yeah, I will know where we met, right? I know where we met, and I'll
Yes,
connect
yes,
with you.
yes. I
Yeah,
can assure you my listeners will take action and connect with you. Then before you go, I want to appreciate you so much for everything and for just joining me at this session. I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. So now
my
just tell me one takeaway that you tell my listeners. Even if you do nothing else, just do this and you will
pleasure.
be a better self leader.
Oh, then one thing, and you'll be a better self leader. You may already be doing it, or you're not doing it yet. But the first thing, when you wake up in the morning, make up your bed. Yeah, make up your bed. Do it nicely. Don't just throw the covers in, but really make up your bed really nicely. That's the first decision you make. And after that, pray.
Mm,
If you pray, if you're a person of faith like me and you pray, say a prayer. If you don't have any faith, maybe you're not religious, just be grateful. Do some just say some things you are grateful for
yeah.
in your life at that time. Do a moment of gratitude, one or two things you're grateful for
Mm,
in your life at that time. And
yeah.
then get on with your day. So those are the first thing. You wake up in the morning, make up
Make
your
your
bed
bed.
really, make your bed really nicely, pray if or yeah, and or
More
say some words of gratitude. Okay,
of
few things you're
gratitude.
grateful for,
Yeah.
and get on with your day. You'll find out that your day will be better from just those two decisions.
Simple. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Coach Kate Onakomaiya. It's been a pleasure having you at this session. I look forward to having you in subsequent sessions, because I know that there's so much about you to share. Thank you for being a part of the Good Life podcast with Princess Joy. So, my listeners, I want to thank you so much for listening in. Tune in again next time for another episode of the Good Life podcast. In the meantime, you can also follow me on Instagram, and the name is the Good Life podcast. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day. Bye.
Bye. God bless you.
Thank you, Coach Kate. I've ended the recording now, but I would just want you to wait for a few minutes for the recording to download very well.